Alright, welcome back to youtube.com/snapbolt. Got a sweet vintage cube draft for you here. Gonna slam this Mox Emerald, not even close. Other cards in the pack I like, excuse me, are like Treachery. Nothing else like is even close to those two cards, honestly. Excuse me, Jesus. But just gonna slam Mox, not even close. Wow, there's a lot of good lands here. Like to see that. Nobody that I immediately recognize in the draft. So we could take Fyndhorn Elves. Doesn't seem as strong to me as like doing something like Shelldock Isle or kind of leaning towards Shelldock. I don't really want Arid Mesa, Tar Pit. I mean, I could just take. Feels weird to take Fyndhorn over Shelldock, but kind of want to try to go into mono green. There's not much else here. We have a Mox Emerald already. I'm gonna try to do it. Haven't drafted mono green yet. Alright. There's Thran Dynamo, Chalice, Vivian, but also just Elves of Deep Shadow. Now I think I'm just gonna take another elf. If I start with Mox Emerald Elf, that's really strong. And then we can just do whatever we want from there. Yeah, let's do it. Into Green Sun Zenith? Take that over Taiga. Yeah, let's just be the mono green drafter here. This looks good. Other strong cards would be like JVP, Fatal Push. I mean, if Green Sun Zenith wasn't here, I might just take Taiga. In case we want to play like a Bloodbraid Elf or something. I guess I could take Copter as well, but yeah, just gonna take the Zenith. It's exactly what we want. Let's just try to force this mono green deck. I do like mono green a fair amount. Easy Garruk here. No love for that sword or anything. While I think Woodfall Premise is not one of the best things to get with either like Natural Order or Green Sun Zenith, I think I'm still going to take it here. I don't want to branch out. I want to just try to keep forcing. I think I can make mono green work. And I'll just take Primus. Alright, now we finally miss. I can take a blue card in either Sower or Riftwing. I can take a Temple Garden in case I want to splash. Or I can take a Sword of Body and Mind. I think it's between those. I really think it's between Sword and Temple Garden. Maybe it's Temple Garden. The only white card I'd really want to splash would be like a Mirari's Wake or something. I could see playing a sword potentially. Oh wow, Stoneforge Mystic. I have a sword, but mono green is looking like it's not super open. Maybe I'd take Stoneforge to be safe. Nature's Claim is also pretty reasonably playable though. Maybe we can just push people out of green just by continually taking green cards. Stoneforge is just so much better if I end up green-white. I just have to take Stoneforge even if I end up mono-green. I mean, I'll take a Geddon with a bunch of elves and a Mox Emerald and Stoneforge. Could just be like, I mean, green-white is not my favorite archetype by any means, but could also take Sword of War and Peace, but I think I'm going to take Armageddon. Hmm. Mono green seemed open from the first couple picks, and now we seem to be getting cut a little bit. So really not sure. Okay, probably can't play any of these cards. Guess I'm more likely to play. Oh, I mean, I could take Resto. I didn't see that. Jesus, that's bad. Definitely taking Resto here. I mean, this still isn't a bad start. This Woodfall Primus is a little awkward, but everything else is just like a pretty good green-white kind of mid-range, just solid deck. Ancient Grudge is the strongest card in the pack by far. Not interested in Honor of the Pure or Goblin Guide or Corpse Dance. I mean, if I just end up straight green-white creature crappy mid-range deck, I could see playing a Silver Blade, especially if we have a couple like crazy equipments. This card can kind of go off. So sure, not exciting. I don't think this should probably even be in the cube anymore, but if you're the mono white deck or like a deck like this, I could see playing it. God, I wish I mean, what, that pick was Temple Garden or Stoneforge Mystic? So that's kind of rough. It's like, yeah, I want the Temple Garden now, but also not having the Stoneforge, this deck looks like way, way weaker. Probably just going to play Armageddon with this deck and try to Mize. We just got cut pretty hard on. We tried to go into the green deck and just got cut. Man, I don't like Knight of the Reliquary, but I suppose if there's a deck for it, this looks like it. These cards, Unexpectedly Absent is actually pretty decent, but I think it's better in like blue light control than it is in like green light crap. This Woodfall Prime is looking real bad. Wow. I mean, white is certainly open. Let's get this 8 mana card out of here. Right now we can Zenith for Knight or Elf. Already that's good enough to play. Mox Pearl. Black Lotus. Soul Rune. I think, yeah, obviously those would be our best opens. Probably Soul Rune. I'd take over anything. Of course we open Rofellos. Is Rofellos good enough anyway? It's like Rofellos, Dismember, Caracas. I think I'm not going to take Giver of Ruins or Goose. I think those are behind the other cards in power level. I'm kind of leaning towards taking Rofellos anyway, just because we have this Green Sun Zenith. We can Zenith for Rofellos. Even if you have like one forest out, it's okay. And if you have two forests out, it's really good. We'll probably wheel something from this pack, whether it's Caracas, Dismember, Goose, or Giver. And I mean, Giver's probably gonna wheel, right? White seems super open, and Giver's like not that insane by any means. Alright, the card that actually goes, two cards that go in our deck are like Arbor Elf and Blade Splicer, but do I just take Eugene? I mean, I think so. We need to win the game, right? This card wins the game. Disenchant would be a nice card to wheel as well. So if we wheel Blade Splicer, Arbor Elf, or Disenchant, I'm totally happy. Or Strip Mine, even. But we're just going to take Ugin with Elf, Rofellos, Green Sun, Garruk. Just going to take Ugin. I mean, this can just take a game, right? Let's go Ugin. We need mana fixing, but this is not the best balanced deck with a bunch of cheap creatures. So just easily take a Noble Hierarch over Recruiter or Porcelain Legionnaire. Don't really need Trop. So, yeah, just take Noble. This is not a Tinker deck by any means. We also haven't seen any more equipment. I'll just take an ECD. It doesn't look that great in this deck yet. I've kind of only played it in the board so far in this queue, but I could see it being pretty good. And I could see a deck like this playing it. We're just kind of green-white Dirtle mid-range with creatures. So ECD seems reasonable. Honestly, not really excited about this deck, but I kind of got a little greedy by trying to just dive into mono green and getting a little punished for it. Right, Sword of Light and Shadow is decent, but I think Thalia is really, really good. We have so many creatures. We have like all these early creatures, and then we even have like Restoration. Yeah, Thalia kind of cuts off our bigger spells, but I think it should hurt our opponents a lot more than us. And we're probably just going to continue to pick up green and white creatures as the draft goes on. So, yeah, that's an easy Thalia here. If this wasn't here, I guess I'd go for Sword of Light and Shadow. Fine playing a Revoker. I don't think I can play any other card, so just take a Thalia. Wow, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, that's got to be the best card in the pack, right? Primal Command does not seem good in this deck. Monastery Mentor does not seem good in this deck either. 3 mana 2/2 prowess. We don't have many ways to trigger it except for these like fatty cards. And I feel like I'm just not playing Solemn. I could play Faith's Fetters, but that's not great either. Solemn just doesn't seem very good, but I guess we have an Ugin at least. We also have this Woodfall Primus we could play. If this deck can even get like a Craterhoof Behemoth, that would actually help. We have a fair amount of ramp, and then having Green Sun plus Craterhoof would allow us to steal some games, certainly. I'm almost assuredly going to start this Armageddon. Just because if we can like get on board and just go like Elf, Knight, Armageddon, we can win that way. Alright, well, snatch up this Jit and play it. We have Stoneforge. We have a bunch of small creatures, so this is certainly a Jit deck. This deck is legit. No. This deck sucks. See if we can 3-0 with it. Do I take Ravages and just go in on that plan? Could also just take Flicker Wisp. It's just a solid card. Already have one Armageddon. This isn't as good when people have like a bunch of artifact mana. This is kind of close. It's not Poly K. It's either Ravages or Flicker Wisp. I think I'm going to take Ravages because our deck is kind of just green white whatever, like lower power level. Wow, I just missed the timer and just didn't get the Ravages or the card I wanted. That sucks. I'm going to take Caracas. And just pass this giver. Caracas just can like win the game against like decks like Reanimator, or it can just mess up any deck, and just being a plains with upside is way better than giver. This card is really, really good. I've even played it in non-white decks. Now I'm going to take Blade Splicer over Disenchant. I do like Disenchant, and I'll certainly main deck Disenchant in this format. But we have a Restoration Angel. We have, I mean, just Blade Splicer is where we want to be. Turn 2 Blade Splicer, start attacking, maybe equip something onto it. But man, that Ravage's pick was annoying because I just missed it. Just didn't reserve a card. Just, it's on me. Recruit of the Guard I really don't like in general. I guess I can get a Stoneforge Mystic. I can get a Rofellos. Sure. So we just missed out on Ravages for no reason. Sword of Light and Shadow. It's definitely nice to have considering the Stoneforge package. If we play like against that has white and black in it, I'll certainly bring this in. I like it less than these other two equipment. I can also bring in Sword of Light and Shadow against red. Wow, white is just wide open. Like, we don't even have that many green cards. Our green cards are just like, I mean, wow, white is just so incredibly open. Like, we don't even have good mana fixing. Do I just get like pushed out of green into mono white? There are like multiple other green drafters at the table. There must be. Man, I think my green cards are too good to not play. Even if it makes my mana a little bit worse, like just playing these green cards seems worth it to me. Like, especially if I take like Knight of Autumn here. This is like a naturalize plus a body. Crucible doesn't do anything. Hallowed Spirit Keeper is just not very good. Off-color Signet's not very good. Avenger of Zendikar is okay, I guess. We can't really cast it that well. Just gonna slam Knight of Autumn and just go into green-white bad mana, bad cards. And just try to 3-0 with that. Alright, well, Mana Vault's just the best card in this pack by a lot. Finale of Devastation, Giddy of Ally of Zendikar. I can't take Razorverge Thicket. I have to try to wheel it. I mean, my mana is absolute trash, but if I go like turn 1 Mana Vault, turn 2 either Archangel or Elspeth, turn 2 4-drop, like that's how I'm going to win games, not by like consistently having good mana. I mean, yeah, that is also good, but I need to do something more powerful than just like playing 2 drops and not doing much. So I need to take Mana Vault. There's just like no choice there. Somebody even snatched up that Temple Garden from the last pack. Alright, here I can take Misty Rainforest, or I can take Brimaz. I could also take Sylvan Library. I think my mana is so bad at this point, I need to take Misty Rainforest, because then, let's say I get like a blue-white land, then Misty Rainforest becomes a green-white land, because it can get like, let's say, Tundra or Forest. So that could help fix my mana. If I get a green-white land, this is just another duel. Brimaz is good. I have a lot of good 3-drops already. I would play Brimaz, sure, but I just need mana at this point, especially if there's nothing else there. Alright, this is a pretty easy Hero of Bladehold. The other cards that I could take would be like Walking Ballista or Eternal Witness. Don't want Day of Judgment at all. It's actually just one of my favorite cards in general. I mean, also Supreme Verdict, but Day of Judgment and Wrath of God, kind of like the OG Wraths. Plus, I just love the flavor of Day of Judgment in the art. Played a lot of Wraths in my day. Alright, so these lands don't help us with Misty. Baneslayer Angel is fine, but I think I just take a Danto Vanguard. Just holds equipment better, it's cheaper. I think that's better than taking Gideon. Man, my mana is so bad. Needed like one duel. This draft is like embarrassing, but honestly, sometimes with decks like this, I just end up 3-0ing anyway. Don't want Dryad. I'm just going to take a Danto. It's a good card. It's cheap. Not excited about a Mirai Angel. Not loving Parallax Wave in this deck. I'd rather have kind of just like more aggressive 4-drops. I'm already thinking about like cutting Solemn and Faith's Fetters. Might even just play Elspeth Conquers Death in this deck. I could see cutting it too though. We'll see later. Here, I'm not really excited about Amira either, but I'll take it. I'd rather play that than these other 4-drops, honestly. Holds equipment, makes bodies. Alright. This is what I was talking about. So Hallowed Fountain is a duel with Misty Rainforest, but I think this deck is not very good, and I think I'm actually going to take Elesh Norn. Just going to have terrible mana, just play a bunch of forests and plains, and just hope. And just try to win with Elesh Norn. I think that's better than taking Hallowed Fountain. I am not a fan of Rebel Arc, but I'll just take it and put it in the board. This card is reasonable, right? I think it's better than Winds of Abandon. Don't really want to even play Winds of Abandon in my main. So this right now is 28 cards, so I already need to cut a bunch of these crappy white cards. Let's see. Oh, Gideon? I think I'm actually going to play that. Let's get a Myria Angel out of there. Yeah, missing out on that Ravages was kind of rough. Wow, Burmez? White is so incredibly open. Knight of the Reliquary is pretty bad. Still probably play it. Let's get ECD out of there, I think. Gonna play Eugene. I mean, the problem is if I cut green, I'm just playing this white deck with like out any 1-drops. I cannot play Blast Zone with my mana base. Wow. There's just so... White is just so incredibly open. If I just had more white 1-drops, I could just play a white deck. I think I'm more likely to play a Gideon than a Baneslayer Angel. Spear can get out. I mean, how can I justify green with so few green cards and they're just like elves? What's my mana base going to be? It's just going to be like 8 or 9 forests, which isn't even that consistent for a turn 1 elf. And then Rofellis isn't very good. God damn. I'm just messing around. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but this honestly looks better to me at this point. That's 19 playables, and I could just play like... I don't even think I want Spear of Heliod. I could even just play Sword of Light and Shadow main. Play a bunch of equipment, and then I just get to play a bunch of planes, still play Ugin. This deck looks trash. This looks like the worst deck I've drafted. So this right now is 19 land, essentially. Play a solid. I mean, I could just play Elspeth Conquers Death, I suppose. I mean, I could even play Solemn too. Sword of Light and Shadow good enough? 17 land like this? Maybe I want Amira Angel, Faith's Fetters. I think I want Silverblade Paladin actually. With all these equipment. Do I just cut Ugin? I don't think so. We're not even like, we're kind of just like mono white mid-range crap right now. Like we're not even aggressive at all. I just don't think I can just play like essentially these cards for green. It just doesn't work. Garrick's not even that good in this deck, and then like I need to play like 10 green sources to be able to play these reasonably. And if I play, I can't like splash like a Fyndhorn Elves. It doesn't work. Let's see. Hallowed Spirit Keeper is pretty bad. Well, it might be okay in this deck. It might be better than like Faith's Fetters or Amira Angel. I need to keep Armageddon to try to get a free win. If I had the Ravages, I'd play it too. I don't like Spear. I'd rather just have more creatures. I could honestly cut Recruiter of the Guard, but I could find Stoneforge Mystic with that. I can also find Thalia. I mean, Recruiter seems pretty slow. I don't know if I'm get like my deck is very clunky. I need to just like be casting a powerful 3-drop, casting a powerful 4-drop. I can't like take a turn off essentially to play Recruiter. I'd rather play Amiri Angel, I think. I could play Faith's Fetters instead of Amiri Angel. Just again because I'm kind of like mono white mid range. This draft was just a train wreck. Obviously playing Caracas in this, I'm just thinking what I should play. Alright, Mirror Angel not looking great. I'm going to play Face Better, 17 land. I guess 16 land, Mox Emerald. Can't play too many lands in this deck, I don't think. Still could play 18. I need to hit 3 and 4. I also can't really get flooded. Just go 17. Oh man. Oh god. Alright, gonna submit and run this. Tried to just dive into mono green. Should have abandoned it earlier probably. But ended up here. Do I want Solemn just to ramp me into like these cards? Don't know if it's better than something like Faith's Fetters. I think I'm going to go with the list like this and try it. I'll be back like 30 seconds. Alright, welcome to round 1. We're against Time Token 21. Yeah, Sandwick's perfect. Turn 1 Jit, turn 2 Blade Splicer. I mean, that's a good draw for our deck. Absolutely. Mox Emerald or Mana Crypt. Opponent mulligans to 4. Feeling favored this game. Maybe how we win is just have all of our opponents mulligan into oblivion. Opponent keeps 4. And we go turn 1 Jit. Man, mono white mid range. Probably just gonna like quickly 3-0 with this deck. It's so funny. Like sometimes when you think you have a good deck, you like 0-2, 0-3, and sometimes when you like just think your deck is so bad, you end up doing well. It's funny how that works. Alright, opponent on the 4-card hand, still gonna beat us. Plague Crafter. Okay. So if I can't sack a creature, then I discard a card. Non-land. Alright, so non-land, it's a good one. So I gotta remember if this flips, it does 3 damage to everything. Okay, white black, so we can our other sword of light and shadow should be good. When it enters, creatures you control gain indestructible, and then when it dies, when a non-angel dies, any non-angel, transform it. And when it transforms, it like essentially wraths, does 3 to each creature and each opponent, and it's a 6/5 flying. Alright, opponent goes Day of Judgment, sure. 1 card in hand. Gonna plan on just passing the turn and end of turn Avacyn. Could cast it now, but then I kind of play into removal spells. Alright, Resto. Just gonna plan on end of turn Avacyn here. And then go equip, attack. Alright, opponent was on 4 there. Wasn't much of a game. Our draw was good. Opponent seemed to be on kind of like Esper control. Do I want like Revel Arc or Recruiter of the Guard in this matchup? Return up to 2 target creatures with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So I can return like a Danto, Stoneforge, Thalia, Tide Taker, Blade Splicer, Silverblade Paladin. It's a lot of targets. I think I'm just going to run it though. Revel Arc just doesn't usually work out that well for me. I just kind of play a 5 mana 4/3 flying and then it's just like, okay. Even if it triggers, it hasn't been like that insane. If our opponent mauls to 4, we can probably win another game. I'm talking a lot of smack about this deck, but it's okay. Like here we get to go 2-drop, 3-drop, maybe 4-drop. We have Caracas. We have little interaction. We have like pressure. So this kind of punishes decks that are trying too hard to do some crazy combo. Wow, are they gonna miss their turn? Just go on the main 2. Sure. Mox? Mana Vault? Oh, yeah, we have Mana Vault, not Mana Crypt. Okay, well now I have Adanto into Silverblade. Attack for 6 on turn 3. If it all works out. Just gonna go Plains Adanto here. Like our deck is not that aggressive. We can, I think, grind reasonably well just by just casting kind of expensive spells over and over and over. Opponent also didn't fetch on our turn, so either it's a sign that they want to draw lands, so they might be land light, especially when they shock. The Mirror Signet. That resolves. Do they not have a land? Yep, see, there you go. Now I just get to go Silverblade Paladin to hero. Definitely gonna just Paladin here, hit for 6. Unquestionably. Soulbond, yes. Attack for 6. Put you to 11. Man, this deck looks good, huh? I mean, we're just doing our thing. Hope our opponents don't do anything too crazy. Punish them if they don't. Not the most exciting deck, but totally reasonable. Opponent without double white. 6 cards in hand. Hitting for 10 here next turn. If they play 1 blocker, I can Faith's Fetters it, hit for 10. Casting Murderous Rider? Why didn't you Swift End this? Yeah. Oh, I think they probably meant to Swift End. They probably tapped 3 mana and went Quick Murderous Rider cast, and then they were like, they meant they needed to cast Swift End, and then because they already had mana floating, it just cast it when they were probably trying to Swift End the Silverblade Paladin. We're still in a pretty good position there. We could have cast Hero of Bladehold next turn. That puts so much pressure on. We had good follow-ups, but that's unfortunate. Opponent just definitely misclicked there. I think they were trying to, the way they conceded right after, they were trying to Swift End almost assuredly. All right, 3-0 with this mono white mid-range crap. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 2 against Frostica with a 41 card deck. I'll keep Thalia and not into Gideon or Jit because can't cast any of them, but I'll still cast the T2 Thalia. Hope to draw lands. We can, if we draw a land, we can still cast a T3 Jit by tapping 3 mana. If Thalia dies or something, I can cast a Gideon maybe or whatever. Land? Okay, land is good. Land is a start. Thalia. It's funny because Thalia is not even like that great in our deck. It's kind of slowing us down here too. I'll start by attacking, and then I'll play Jit. First strike plus Jit is actually pretty nice. Like if he plays a 3/3 here, and I can equip attack, first strike damage, 2 damage on their creature, and then trigger Jit, -1/-1. We can save our Thalia in that way. 4 colors over there. Dryad. So they do play an extra land. I can choose to equip Jit and then attack, and the opponent can't really block. But then if they just take, it's not that insane. Alternatively, I can just get Gideon down and also get Sword of Body and Mind down. I kind of like just playing Sword of Body and Mind. Maybe Gideon is better, however, though. Gideon's a 4/4 on my turn. I I can just plus up to 5 loyalty. I can't play Sword and Equip because of Thalia. And Thalia's not very good with this hand, or in our deck in general. They have 4 colors of mana, so they're likely able to play a non-blue or green creature. So I'll just play Gideon. Plus it. I'll give it indestructible, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not attacking. They'll just block at this point. We can either play Avacyn next turn. We can equip. We can play Sword of Body and Mind for 4 mana. Are they going to attack Gideon? No. Okay. So Gideon's indestructible. I think I'm going land. Make this indestructible. Attack with both. They can block Thalia, take 4, and then I have Avacyn up. And I'll pass. Obviously not equipping Jip there is suspect, but I want to get Avacyn into play, so... They're playing a NATO? Gifts Ungiven for 5. That's fine. Gifts Ungiven. Card I've never been a fan of. I mean, if they get their 4 best cards here, we give them 2 worst out of those 4. And then they lose the best 2 cards out of their deck. I'm just not a fan of that card in general. Oh, they got Unburial Rites, Inferno Titan. Okay, so they have the combo. So now they can Unburial Rites, target Inferno, bring it back. And then I can respond with Avacyn after they target my Thalia. Creatures gain indestructible whenever a non-angel you control dies. Transform it. Yeah, I'm just going to let them target, and then I'm going to Avacyn. And then I can go Sword of Body and Mind, equip Avacyn. 1 and 2. So I'm just going to Avacyn right now. Save my Thalia. Bremez. Opponent at 11. Do I care about Sword of Body and Mind? Probably would rather just jit up my Avacyn. Because then they can't really block Gideon with Inferno Titan. And then I also get to play Bremez. I think I'll just give my Avacyn lifelink, actually. I suppose I could give it Vigilance. I'll just give lifelink. If they block Gideon with Inferno Titan, I just get to go jet shoot Inferno twice and kill it. Oh, this already has Vigilance, duh. Haven't played with Avacyn that much. Chumping with Dryad. I get 2 charge counters. They do have an Inferno Titan, but my board is also pretty good, and if they kill any of my creatures other than Avacyn, Avacyn's gonna flip and deal 3 to them and have it make it a 6/5. Crisis for 4. Alright. Well, Sword of Body of Mine pretty good against a green-blue creature. So I think that's lethal. So I just go sword, equip, attack, pump. As long as they don't have path or swords. That should be lethal. I guess they could attack and go trigger. And oh, they're attacking Gideon. And what are they gonna shoot? Thalia and Gideon. So whenever it dies, transform it at the beginning of the next upkeep. Okay. So this is going to transform. Do I want to block the Inferno Titan with Brimaz and then use 2 counters? I don't think so, because I'd rather just kill them. Just let Gideon go. They have to have path here or they're dead. Do they? Yeah. I still get to equip sword. Okay. Yep. Do I still have lethal? Because now I don't need to pay 4 for sword. I think I have enough mana now. Still think I might have them. Yeah, I just get to go equip, and then attack you, and then hit for 9. Oh, I have to use Jit, not Brimaz. Like trying to click on it over and over. Alright. Stick is gas. How can we lose? I think I just don't sideboard. Just try to draw a Mana Vault and Mox Emerald. Let's go. Can't keep this. Doesn't do anything. We're gonna need more lands than that. Snap keep. This can go back. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. And just like that, we turn into mono white aggro, huh? So now I have the option of going level or playing Tithe Taker. Probably gonna play Tithe Taker. Let's go plains, attack, play Tithe Taker. People a lot of times don't read this card. I'll admit that I have messed up. Because it's during your turns, spells your opponents cast cost 1 less to cast, and abilities cost 1 more to cast, and ability costs 1 more to activate. So people think, oh, I'll just wait till their turn, kill your guy, and Tithe Taker could mess that up. Stone Coil 3/3. Okay. Jit is good. I can make a 3/3 first strike, but I'd rather just play a Brimaz. Just curve out here. The 6-card hand is looking pretty great. Can we beat a 3/3 though? We'll see. Yet to be determined. Lodestone Golem. Wow, Sword of Body and Mind. That should be good later. So I can play Jit and equip to Brimaz and attack. I can also just attack with Brimaz, and either creature he blocks with should be okay. If the opponent blocks, they'll probably just block the 1/1 and take 3, and then I get to leave up Restoration Angel. I think that's my line. I think that's better than Jit equip attack. Just go attack with Brimaz. I think they'll just block the 1/1 and take the Brimaz, yeah. Maybe that was wrong. Because now I can't play Restoration Angel. Don't really care about taking 5 from Lodestone Golem that much. I think I'll play Sword. Level up. That turn certainly might have been wrong. If I had gone Jit equip Brimaz, attack, they just block with Lodestone Golem. And then it's not that great for me. So I don't know if that was the line either. I could have gone level Student twice, attack with Student and Brimaz. Put more pressure on that way. Batterskull. Okay. Now they're just like Lodestone Golem deck. Okay. So if I equip here, I'm a 5/6. It's not going to be good enough. Now I'm just going to go Plains, pass. Then I can leave up Restoration Angel. If they have any way to mess with my guys, I get to play Resto, save my guy, and then I can equip my Angel up next turn. Wow, Raging Ravine. Opponent going deep here. Exile target enchantment, tapped artifact, or tapped creature. So all it can do right now is loot. Sure. So Resto should be pretty good here. If they attack with Batterskull, I can even like block with Brimaz or block with Tidetaker and then flicker it. See what they do. No attack. Okay. Let's go Resto. Target my guy, not gonna flicker it. Untap. So now I can go I do care about Nahiri, unfortunately, because it can exile my Restoration Angel when it's tapped. Let's go play Jit. Equip both of my equipment onto Resto. And attack Nahiri down to 1. Don't think I can just ignore the Nahiri here. and hit them mill 10. I don't think that works. So I'm just going to hit Nahiri. And here he goes to 1. Oh, they discarded a Jit. Oh, this has reach? Duh. Now Nahiri can exile my Resto still. Everybody forgets to read this card too, including myself, obviously. I still have a decent board position here. But obviously a lot worse for me now that they can just go exile my Resto. Wonder if there's a way to play around that. Maybe setting up a Brimaz? Not sure. I can still suit that up next turn. Tapping a bunch of mana, not a good sign. Thran Dynamo, sure. 5 mana left for our opponent potentially. They can equip Lodestone Golem with Batterskull. They're not looting with the Nahiri to start. No attack from our opponent. Weavy up 5 mana. Interesting. Now I'll start by equipping Brimaz. I'll equip Jit onto Brimaz as well. And now I think I can just attack the opponent. It has Vigilance, so it's not really under threat of Nahiri here. Sure, I'll attack Nahiri at this. They can block Germ on Cat Soldier, it's fine. Are they going to chump here and then flicker Batterskull essentially? At least I get counters on Jit. Wow, they just don't block Cat Soldier. They don't want to die to Jit counters, but it's kind of going to happen anyway for them. I didn't want to level first because I might have wanted to move equipment around. Do I want to kill Lodestone Golem right now? I don't think so. I think I'd rather leave the counters on Jit. Opponent trying to return Jit? Were they trying to equip at instant speed? They don't bounce Batterskull. Wow, now if they try to equip, I can just kill this at instant speed. So I may not have played this game perfectly, but don't know why opponent wouldn't bounce the Batterskull there. Yeah, also this Nahiri is just not that threatening right now against this massive Brimaz. Also this Student of Warfare is threatening to be a 4/4 double strike next turn. Kind of picked up that student during the draft just like on a whim. They also didn't block Cat Soldier. Yeah, they can't really equip here. They activated Nahiri and didn't discard anything. Interesting. Inferno Titan. Alright, they might just kill Student of Warfare here. Seems like what they should do. And then I just send back with Brimaz. They're deciding what to kill. or what to target. They have to just send 3 points at student, right? What, they're gonna kill Tithe Taker Cat and deal me 1? No, yeah, they kill student. Okay, they figured it out. Draw like an Elish Norn here would just be insane. Adonto. Not Elish Norn, but at least it's not a land. Just going to attack the opponent. I'll attack Nahiri with this one. Sure. Could have attacked with this cat as well, I suppose. Wow, just taking all around? Oh no. Jumping the Brimaz, eating the soldier. Alright, I'm probably going to use a bunch of Jit counters to kill the Inferno Titan now. I think that's worth it. Any spell they cast right now also costs 1 more. One more trigger. Get Inferno Titan out of there. And play Danto. Do I want to re-equip any equipment here? Don't want to re-equip sword because then my Brimaz will die. Do I want to equip Jit onto something else? I honestly don't think I do. Just leave it where it is. Misty. Do they have a black source and then they can cast Unburial Rites? No. Why doesn't it like tell me the land they got? Just shows it. 2 cards in hand, Nahiri on the battlefield. Gifts. Okay. So now they can get Unburial Rites and get back Inferno Titan. Maybe they have some other creature to get? Elesh Norn. That could do it. Killed. Wrecks my board. In a bad spot now. Maybe they sided into Elesh Norn? They want to keep their last card in hand as well. Interesting. Blade Splicer really doesn't do anything. Alright, so I can just attack here. Can use 1 counter to pump the Brimaz. I think I attack the opponent again. So I make a cat, it immediately dies. If they block with Elesh, I have to choose a Planeswalker to attack, it's funny. If they block with Elesh, I get to kill Elesh, essentially. So they can't really block, so I should get to trigger Sword mill 10 here. Problem is they get to go equip Batterskull. So I need to draw like a Faith's Fetters or a Elspeth Conquers Death. Trigger. And do I play Blade Splicer just to make a 1/1 Golem? Baneslayer, Wormcoil, Jesus. Stoneforge, Mystic, Metamorph, Plow. It's a lot of strong cards in this matchup. I think I do. Because I actually have a pretty sick line of like block Elish Norn with my 1/1 and then give it -1/-1 if all they can do is equip Elish to stop them from gaining life. All that really matters is I hit with Sword of Body and Mind again, though. That's how I win this game, by milling 10 again. They have 11 cards in library. So that's really how I win. If they're trying to gain a bunch of life, I can stop that with Jit. Six mana, 7 mana, Karn. That should do it. Our opponent's deck has a lot of big stuff. Exile the Jit right now. Interesting. I'll just gain life. Killing like the -3/-3 the Elish Norn. I don't think does anything. Why'd they target Jit? I mean, if I draw exactly Elspeth Conquers Death, I probably win. I get to go ECD this, attack you with Brimaz, attack Golem at Karn. Nahiri up to 9. Nahiri might not do anything anymore though. ECD or Faith's Fetters off the top? Please? ECD? Plains. Now I guess my line is... No, I can't. I just have no attacks here. Probably shouldn't have even played Plains. I'll just pass. Maybe the opponent will somehow make a mistake and take some line that will allow me to get one more hit of Sword of Body and Mind in and win the game. If they put themselves dead to a removal spell. Karn plus targeting me, no cards. Nahiri again not doing much. Equip, that's fine. Again, drawing Faith's Fetters or ECD here. So we saw, yeah, Baneslayer, Wormcoil, Metamorph Plow, Inferno Titan, just like a bunch of big stuff. Jit. Crisis for 3, sure. So if I draw ECD, I win. I can go ECD the Elish Norn, ECD or Faith's Fetters, I still win. I can get rid of this and then hit them, mill them, and they lose on their draw step. Ooh, Sword of Light and Shadow. That does it, right? Because they can't block with Hellish Norn. I didn't even consider that as an out, but now we have pro green and blue and pro white and black. So that's game. How can this deck lose? This deck can't lose. 2040, let's go. This deck is unbeatable. This deck is gas. How can this deck lose? I'll keep. I can just dump mana into Student, and if I draw a big card, I can accelerate it out with Mana Vault. We're against Crackling Doom here. I can't believe we won that last game. That was so funny. Let's just start leveling this guy up. Man, I keep getting this stuff stuck in my throat. Oh, dismember? It's good. At least I have a Gideon to play next turn. Sheldock. I don't think Crackling Doom was in our draft, but Sheldock is a card I was considering to take early on in the draft, and I did not take it. See if I regret that. Oh, I thought they were going to Force Spike. I was like, what? Still might get Force of Willed, but... So I can cast up to a 6-drop next turn, so I can cast pretty much any spell in my deck. So I just need to not draw lands here. Ponder. Is our opponent on some type of combo deck, or are they just playing good cards actually? And we're just playing crappy white cards. Somehow in the 2-0 bracket. A lot of islands over there. Okay. Resto is actually a great draw. I'm gonna hide the Krakus for now. Start by attacking with Gideon, and then I'll just plus it. No target. Leave up Resto. They try to play some bounce spell or removal spell on the Gideon. Oh, I can't Resto it anymore because I could only have done that on my turn. But I can just flash into Resto. Opponent's at 12. Okay, Forest. Tracker. Sure. Surprisingly in a pretty decent spot here. Tide Taker. So do I give my Resto Vigilance or do I give it Lifelink? I think Lifelink. Now I think it's time to play Caracas just to get the value. Start with this so I can't be messed with. I'll get Lifelink. And I'll attack. And then play this Mana Vault, which surprisingly didn't do anything, just the way our draw looked. I mean, we kept 5 land. Wow, chumping? Interesting. We kept 5 land, Student Mana Vault. So we've actually drawn reasonably well considering the hand we kept. Turn 1 Student, turn 2 Double Level, turn 3 Gideon, turn 4 Resto. How can this deck lose? Just can't lose with this deck. Overgrown Tomb. Opponent looks just to be having mana problems. No. Spell? Any spell. Non-land? Concede the game. 5-0 in games, right? Alright, so opponent seems to be kind of like bug control, some type of bug deck. Don't have too much information. We saw tracker. Mono white mid-range. How can we lose against bug mid-range? We're just so much more consistent in our mana base. I mean, this is unquestionably the worst deck. Did I not submit? I tried to. Deck submitted. Okay. Now this hand is not good. So we'll keep it. I mean, we can draw a 2-drop. Otherwise, we can 3-drop, 4-drop. I don't think I can mold this hand. I can still draw a 2-drop next turn. And if I don't... I mean, I only have a couple 2-drops. I only have a couple 1-drops in my deck. So often I'm not going to be doing anything early. And our opponent doesn't seem to be doing anything too broken. I'd rather just keep a hand that can hit land drops and then, you know, play spells out after that. Turn 3 Blade Splicer, turn 4 Face Fetters with like a late Ugin in the game might be enough to steal it. We'll see. Again, even though we're mono white, we're not exactly trying to be too fast. We're kind of just, okay, there's the 2-drop. Right on time. We're kind of trying to grind. Could play Thalia with Caracas up to bounce the Thalia. It seems reasonable. That might be better than Blade Splicer. Whatever I do could certainly get countered as well. I'm gonna go for the Thalia line. If they're just planning to play like a 4-drop Planeswalker next turn, this stops them. This also stops any removal on Thalia because of Caracas. Yeah, I just countered. Okay. I think also I would rather our Blade Splicer I would rather our Thalia get countered than the Blade Splicer. So still happy with that line. And wow, opponent just attacking with Noble. Do they not have a play or a land? Are we just gonna get lucky? They do have a land and no play. Maybe another counterspell? Just run out the Blade Splicer. Getting closer to that Ugin every turn. I wonder if they have any legends that they can't play. Our deck is just so unexciting. Some of the other decks I had were just so much more fun than this one. 5 mana. Frost Titan. Probably going to tap down one of our lands is my guess. Tap down the Caracas. Okay. So I cannot Faith's Fetters the Frost Titan because of the ability. So that is a problem. I can go Silverblade Paladin, pair with Golem, attack. Then I have a 3/3 double strike. They can't really block. And then they take 6 down to 12. Alternatively, I can play Silverblade and not attack, but then my Golem just gets tapped and then I'm on the back foot. So I like land, Silverblade, pair with Golem, attack, first strike, double strike. If they want to trade Frost Titan for Golem, they can. They don't. Now they can tap down either Golem, Silverblade, or land. If they tap down Golem, then I can untap and Faith's Fetters. They tap down land. I feel like they have a legend here. I'll just take 7. Could chump with Blade Splicer, but I think I'm fine to take damage here. Can chump later. Okay, nothing. So now, this is interesting. I was going to say I can go Sword of Light and Shadow equip, but the opponent has a bunch of good chump blockers back for that. So I can go just Gideon, give my Golem Vigilance. attack with all, maybe. Yeah. Looks good to me. This way I can stay back to try to block the Frost Titan. I think I will just leave Blade Splicer Black as a chump blocker now. But I will attack with both of these. I think that's safe enough. See if my opponent has any interaction spell here. They're just chumping the Silverblade Paladin and bouncing the Golem, maybe? Dismember the Golem. They didn't even really need to chump Silverblade at that point. So they could go Frost Titan, tap my Blade Splicer, kill my Gideon. But then I have all my mana untapped. See what they tap. They do tap the Blade Splicer. Alright, well now I can Fetters the Frost Titan. So I hope they don't have a good follow-up play here. They don't. Sword of Body and Mind. Interesting. That's super interesting because, I don't know, this isn't soul bonded right now. I could only hit mill 10 this turn. I think this is the best. I have to pay 2. Hope the opponent doesn't have a counterspell. Nice. Resolved. I'll attack for 2 into a potential NATO or something. Opponent goes to 8. I have a bunch of swords in my hand. 2 mana off this Eugene, which hasn't been cast yet. Opponent just with nothing. Plains. Okay, 1 mana off Eugene. Cast Sword of Body and Mind. Quit. Can't block with Noble, can't block with Frost Titan. Pro green blue. Well, can't block with Frost Titan. I was thinking because of Fetters, but also because of Sword of Body and Mind. They mill 10. We get a wolf. All soul bond. Yes. I'll just leave sword equipped there, protect it. Leave up Caracas as well. Just have the 3-0 with the worst deck. Just drew lands. Unfortunate. I wanted to draw another land. Opponent said GG's, good luck on the 3-0, but we were already 2-0. They must have been 1-0. Just got paired against them and got another 3-0. So crushing this cube, I mean, that deck was absolute shit. I do not think that deck was good. Cannot believe we 3-0'd with it. Exactly what I was joking about. I've drafted 4 times, and I'm gone 3-0 3 times, and I've gone 2-1 once. So absolutely crushing this vintage cube. 3 trophies, 4 drafts, having a great time. This is youtube.com/snapbolt and twitch.tv/snapboltgames. Come follow me on both platforms. Love hanging out, playing some Magic. That'll do it for this draft, for this stream. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time.